Guam Legal Services Corporation Executive Director Hank Parker is hoping to get some answers from the Guam Police Department.
We've asked GPD to review the situation again because obviously it's very serious.
The organization represented Emma Catapang Cepeda, who was shot twice by her estranged husband, Emmanuel. Back in November, Emma had sought the assistance of Guam Legal Services to obtain a protective order against Emmanuel, telling the court that he promised to kill her if he went to jail. Parker has received unsubstantiated information that Emma had made calls to GPD seeking help to enforce the protective order, but there are claims that the calls fell on deaf ears.
Part of the problem is there is a certain depth of problem here when the victim goes in to see the police. If it's just, he's been texting threats to me, sometimes they don't take it serious enough. If they get something like that, they may brush it off and not think it important enough to follow up. But of course it is, because if the person's already got a protective order, and they're still willing to make those threats, then it is dangerous.
Parker says in the majority of cases, police take action and intervene, but he says it all depends on the police officer who takes the call and the way the situation is presented to the officer.
If it is not deemed serious enough, sometimes it's set off until later, and then later may be too late. And then in some cases they follow up right away, but it really wasn't very serious.
In her November affidavit to the court seeking the protective order, Emma claimed she had contacted police but was told they were too busy to respond. Parker is asking the chief of police to follow up to determine if Emma had actually made calls to GPD before she was killed and whether or not officers responded. Emma's case is just one of hundreds that are filed each year. Parker says the number of victims coming forward seeking protective orders has increased significantly, as well as the number of choking cases.
Over the last 3 months, we've had over 70 cases. In a similar period, we've had less than 40 frequently. And last year, January was a sparse month. This year, we had 30 cases, which is a lot more.
He attributes the increase to the sluggish economy and the inability of people to control their emotions.
Protective order is a piece of paper, but it is a court order. And the value of it is, with most people, they're willing to obey the law, even if they are physically violent and such. Once they're served with the paper, most of them back off. There are a few that, of course, don't. And then you have to follow up either by a violation of a court order or contempt proceedings.